Hello everyone, I'm Pradnesh, a pre-final year undergrad student studying engineering physics at IIT Roorkee, and today I will be presenting a case study on the topic PID control on spring mass damping system as a part of the coursework on the PHN 313 signals and systems course. The problem under consideration is as follows. We have to design a closed loop control system for a spring mass damper using PID control such that it has minimum overshoot, fast rise time, and minimum steady state error. And we also have to assess the parameters governing the behavior of this system. So, just to give an overview of what PID is, so PID basically stands for the proportional integral and the derivative controller. It is a closed loop uh, control system which is basically employed as a feedback mechanism in several industrial control systems and a variety of other applications requiring continuously modulated control. So it makes use of three separate controllers connected either in series or parallel, namely the proportional integral and the derivative controller, to design a control system. So it is commonly used in several autonomous systems such as drones, autonomous vehicles, etc. And today we'll be studying the application of this PID control on a spring mass damping system. Before we move on to defining what a spring mass system is, let's try to understand the mathematics behind this PID control. So consider a closed loop control system as follows. So in this case, the a controller is denoted as C of S, the plant is denoted as P of S, such that R is the set point. Basically, the objective of our system is to try to attain a state as close to R. U is the output of the controller, Y is the output of the plant, and E basically is the error between the desired output R and the actual output Y. So this error component E is fed into the PID controller on using a feedback loop, and the controller computes the proportional integral and the derivative part of this error signal with respect to time. So in this particular case, the uh, output of the controller, that is u of t, can be expressed as kp times e of t. Basically, this is the proportional component, ki times integral of e dt plus kd times de by dt. So this is the integral component and this is the derivative component, where Kp, Ki, and Kd are the proportional integral and the derivative gains respectively, and the value of these particular gains or coefficients is obtained by tuning the system, basically figuring out what's the optimal value of these three variables by performing lots of simulations considering lots of different test cases. So if we take the Laplace transform of this particular equation, we can obtain the transfer function of the PID controller as Kp plus Ki by S plus Kd by S, that is eventually equal to Kd S square plus Kps plus Ki by S. So now that we have defined what exactly a PID control looks like and the mathematics governing the PID control, let's try to apply it on a spring mass system. So consider a system like this, where a mass m is attached to the wall using this damper and a spring with coefficients b and k, and F is the external force, and the displacement x is measured positive along this direction. So this system can be modeled using the equation m d2x by dt square plus b dx by dt plus kx equals F, if we consider this particular system to be in equilibrium. And if we take the Laplace transform, then we obtain this expression, using which the transfer function, basically the ratio of xs and fs, these two quantities, can be expressed in terms of the variable s as 1 by ms square plus bs plus k. Now, assuming some constant values for the mass and the two coefficients b and k, and the force, we can create a function for the this particular component t of s as 1 upon s square plus 10s plus 20. So in this particular case, if we don't consider a closed loop system, if we just consider an open loop system, and if we try to plot the step response, then this is what it looks like. So basically the DC gain of the system in this case is given by 1, it is found out to be equal to 1 by 20, that is 0.05. So this is the final value of the output to a unit step input. So this particular value basically corresponds to a steady state error of 0.95, which is quite large. Also, the rise time in this particular case is about 1 second, and the settling time is about 1.5 seconds, which is not quite desirable, and therefore this particular system definitely needs some sort of a closed loop control for better performance. So now we'll try to consider a few cases by implementing each component of the PID loop, and we'll try to analyze the behavior of the system and study the step response, and let's see if we are able to generalize this particular control system for any given system and state variables. So if we only consider the proportional control, then the closed loop transfer function can be found as follows. So T of s is equal to kp upon s square plus 10s plus 20 times kp, and if we plot the graph of amplitude versus time considering some constant value of kp, so for example if we consider kp equals 300, then this is the plot that we get. So in this particular case, as we can see, the proportional controller reduced the rise time and the steady state error, but it did increase the overshoot as compared to the previous case, because the amplitude overshooted this particular initial value of 0.95, and basically this sort of resembles a damping or oscillatory nature of the system. Also, the proportional controller helped decrease the settling time by a small amount. So this is obviously more optimized compared to the open loop system. However, let's see if we can further try to optimize our spring mass system. So if we introduce one more control term, that is the derivative. So in this case, if we try to employ a proportional plus derivative control for our system, then the transfer function basically becomes kd s plus kp upon s squared plus 10 plus kd times s plus 20 plus kp. And again, considering kp to be equal to 300 and kd to be equal to 10, and these values that I'm assuming for our case are obtained by using the Ziegler-Nichols method, which is one of the tuning methods that is used for PID control. It is a heuristic based tuning method, and we'll study more such tuning methods at the end of this case study. So in this particular case, if we try to plot the step response, then it almost looks like this. So in this case, the addition of the derivative term reduced the overshoot and the settling time, but it had almost negligible effect on the rise time and the steady state error. Similarly, if instead of a derivative, if we would have used an integral controller along with the proportional controller, then this is the step response that we get, and we can observe that the steady state error has significantly increased. Rather, the integral component helped eliminate this steady state error. Basically, in this case, it's almost uh, become close to zero, and it has also helped reduce the rise time. So obviously, the integral component is more useful in case we don't want our system to overshoot a lot. And if we finally try to consider a controller making use of all the three components, proportional, integral, and the derivative, then this is the step response that we get, where the value of kd is assumed to be 50, again using the Ziegler-Nichols method. So this PID control seems to be the most optimized approach among the previous cases that we considered. And basically, analyzing the step response, we can see that the closed loop system has no overshoot. It has a faster rise time, because starting from zero, our system is able to attain the set point very quickly, and there is no steady state error. So basically, the conclusion is that PID is optimal among all these controllers, but if we try to generalize this particular uh, conclusion for other systems, say if you're trying to use PID controller on autonomous drones or for the cars, then this conclusion might not hold true, because if we say consider drone, then there are a lot of state variables that we have to control. For instance, we have to control the altitude, we have to control the position, the velocity, and each of these uh, uh, parameters are modeled using different sets of equations. In case of drone, we have to use different sets of kinematical equations to model the behavior of the system, whereas in this particular case we just had one single equation governing the system. So in this particular case, PID is found to be the most optimized approach, but this might not be the case in rest of the system. So there might be systems which could have PI, basically proportional and integral, as the most optimized controller, or even some systems might use only the proportional controller, again depending upon the state variables and the external factors. So the following table summarizes the effect of each controller gain on the system parameters. So this is something which we can generalize and which has already been generalized by the researchers. So as I mentioned earlier, depending upon the system under consideration, different methods are used for analyzing the system. For instance, if we use heuristic based methods, then Ziegler-Nichols or Cohen-Kuhn are some of the techniques that could be used for PID tuning, where uh, there is a certain relation between the Kp, Ki, and Kd values, and depending on those results, if we try to use a PID control in our system, then we can directly feed in the values governing those results. So basically, the conclusion is that in case of a spring mass system, PID is the most optimal among all approaches, but it might not be the most optimized approach for other systems. So this was it from my side. Thank you.